Welcome back everybody, this is my continuing look of my Neo Grade Hyper Zeta Gundam as promised. Last time round I had a quick look and it was a bit of an unboxing, but I did promise I'd show you more, and here we go. Now the Hyper Zeta Gundam that I have is a 1/72 scale, somewhere in between the size of a Master Grade and a Perfect Grade. And you know, I'll talk about what I'll do is I'll make this a bit of a longer review because I think this kit is worth it, even though I haven't built it. So I'm going to take my time and show you all the parts. Now what I think I'm going to do is talk a little bit about well actually I'll show you the parts first and go into some detail on the casting quality and how the sheer amount of parts and how it all kind of looks laid out, I guess, and because that's the thing that I'm sure everybody would want to see. And then later on I'll talk about the company, I'll talk about who Neo Grade are and what Super G are like, the price, where I bought it from, where you can buy it from, and just some initial impressions really. Obviously I won't get this kit built anytime soon, being a resin kit, but I don't really feel like I want to tackle this just yet anyway, so a review may be some ways away anyway, a full completed painted review at least. So with that being said, let's have a quick look. Now I know I talked about this in the last video a little bit, but I did want to get across the size of this kit, and there's my trusty Mark II high grade Gundam as ever. And I did show you this last time, so that gives you an idea, but this time round I thought I'd bring in a high grade, I'm sure you can all relate to this, a high grade Age 1 normal Gundam, which is quite thin, but it's a representative of modern high grade size, well, box size anyway. And this resin kit is it's quite a lot thicker, higher, but it's still at the end of the day a little bit, sort of, it looks a little bit smaller. So I'd say if you take everything into account, it's virtually the same size in terms of volume. However, what you don't get a sense of is how heavy this is. This really is a heavy box, and the reason for that is because I'm sure you're all aware, resin kits, they don't come on trees, they don't come on sprues, everything's compacted down, and that's the reason why the smaller box. But now with this being a Super G recast, they are basically a Chinese recast company, and it's you don't get all the original Neo Grade documents. You do get their print-offs, however, which is what you're seeing here. So I take it 13 is the series, I don't really know, but this is the instructions you're going to get basically. So to give you guys an idea on how many parts this is, because this as I said is a full resin kit, so you don't need anything else really. It's not based on an existing model, you just get everything you need to make this kit. Now I'll show you a quick scan across on all the individual part items, and I'll just try and do it so that you can press pause anytime you want and take a closer look. But you'll notice there's a lot of these parts that just have ×2. After all of them, there's lots basically, and I think this kit, I believe, well, I'm not too sure actually, it goes up to 114 parts, but there's a lot of them that have ×2 on the end, so I'm guessing there are a hell of a lot of parts overall, maybe 200, well, 150, 200, I don't know. I'll try and find that out later on. So if we open this up, there's not that many pages for assembly as with most resin kits, but this will give you an idea of the complexity. I mean, a lot of the cheap recasters, you might find that what they do is they recast things in bulk, so like a whole leg assembly they might just recast as one piece, but this one you are actually getting a full, true to the original recast of every single part, so it just means that there's more assembly involved, and it just means that well, there's more detail, and you can paint the thing a lot easier as well. But that gives you an idea. So that's basically the torso. So that's on its own sheet, and then on another sheet you're going to get the arms and the shoulder assembly. And I'll try and pick out these parts for you later on when I show you the actual individual parts. But these things here, these like little handles, are sort of really, really wafer thin, so quite impressive detail really. And there are some moving parts when you pin these in. They should be able to rotate, although whether I'll need to glue them or not remains to be seen. So that's the arm and shoulder assembly. And then you get onto the feet, or the legs, and this is quite impressive because I'm sure you'll see here how many parts make this up. And true to the Hyper Zeta's design, he's got some very bulky leg sort of armour. And then with this one you get this shield, which is very nicely casted. I showed you that in the last video, but of course I'll go into all the, well, not every single part, but I'll certainly show you all the individual sort of bags and trays, compartments as it were. And these are the Zeta's wings. Now these I know do come as one giant part, and I would like to see how well these actually fit, you know, through this tiny little surface area. I mean, obviously there's going to be like a brass pin going across there joining these two together, but you know, something tells me that that's going to be quite fragile, so we'll see about that. So that's the whole assembly of the kit. You do get these photos, and as I explained again last time, they really don't do the kit justice, because these are kind of you know, being Super G, they're not, you know, fully. These kind of feel like they've come off a home printer, so they probably ironically look okay on camera, but to me I can tell, you know, quality could be a lot better. But you know, it gives you an idea of what you can do, and photos of this are all over the internet, so you know, it's a bit like when Super G give you one of their fancy photo CDs or SMS, but really, you know, it doesn't matter. You just go on the internet, you can find all kinds of reference pictures. So that's the Hyper Zeta. I won't really bother going on too much about the design, but if you want to have a look at my last video, and you'll see me talking about that. This is the decal decal sheet, and it's 1 to 72nd scale, so they're quite big markings, and you do get some very nice large markings here. Very hard to see on the white, but I hope that's coming across. And then of course you've got the caution and warning marks all over the place. So I think that's just, I don't really want to open these just yet, but I think that's just a single sheet, so it certainly feels like it, but I'll give you an update if it's not. I can't imagine there being too many more markings behind this anyway. So with the kind of documents and paper out the way, this is the box of parts that you're going to get. If I put it this way around, you should be able to see better. So as you can see straight away, there are a hell of a lot of parts. Now this one being the biggest, and in case you didn't watch my last video, I'll just do this so you can see. So there's a high grade Gundam. It's about, what, 10 centimeters high, something along those lines, and this is the shield for this kit. So as you can imagine, when the Gundam's holding it, it's probably going to be about sort of up here somewhere. Sorry, let's get this all in shot. It'll probably be up there somewhere, so the Gundam's probably going to end up sort of somewhere about this high, I'd have thought. But you know, it's gonna, I don't know if the Hyper Zeta is much bigger than the normal Zeta Gundam, but it's certainly going to be almost like a perfect grade in presence anyway, because it's quite a bulky design, as I'm sure you've seen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on over to, I think I'll call this part 1, and I'll head over to part 2 and get into everything you see here. So I'll meet you guys shortly.